Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at the episode SR819, episode 9 of season 6. Premiering January 17th, 1999, SR819 has agents Mulder and Scully racing against the clock as their former boss Skinner has come down with some unknown disease, and they might be the only ones who can find a cure. Because of course they are. They're always the only ones that can find a cure. So right away, Skinner isn't looking too hot. Whatever's happening is happening very quick. I like how the doctor tells the I'm going to assume nurse to call Agent Scully and inform her that Skinner is gonna die. I thought she was gonna have the guy call her because she, I don't know, is a medical doctor? Also, if he's dying, why not call his family? Sure, he might be on the outs with his ex-wife, but I'm sure she would want to know.
Let him go.
Alright, so Skinner's dead, I guess. We then go back in time a little bit and boxing, eh? See, this is why I stay away from physical activity. You wind up in the hospital with pulsating veins. Ugh. Oh, I wonder who this homeless-looking idiot is.
The FBI now, Trey. Fight smart.
Come on, Skinner, I know you can throw hands better than that. Okay, this is bullshit. We all know Skinner would win, but he's clearly been poisoned. Mickey, now's not the time.
Hello.
Walter Skinner.
Who is this?
Have you heard the news?
Why is a speak and spell calling Skinner? Even worse, why is it telling him he only has 24 hours left to live? I thought those things were supposed to help you learn to spell, not predict your imminent death. Strangely, the doctor's like, you're fine, and that weird bruising, you probably just took a shot to the ribs. At this point, I have more faith in the speak and spell. Why is Mulder hanging out at the office so late? Doesn't he have something he could be doing, like squatching for example? It is a little convenient he's there because had he not been, Skinner may have had a much different night. Thankfully, a real medical doctor comes in to check Skinner, unlike that fake one who almost got him killed.
Well, if it did, why call and tell me at the hospital?
To scare you. See what you do, who you turn to.
Oh. This is about you.
Or about the X-Files.
Mulder just isn't happy if he isn't the center of attention. The agents begin to question Skinner on what he did during the day because they believe he was poisoned. But I love how annoyed he gets. Like, why are you asking me all these questions? Is it not their job? There was some weird old guy that grabbed him by the wrist and asked him what time it was, which is kinda strange.
Sir, if this man poisoned you, you should be off your feet and under doctor's care.
If this man poisoned me, I'm gonna put a gun to his head, find out why, and ask him how he's gonna make me well.
Let's f***ing go. I'm with Skinner on this one. We are way past the point of pleasantries. The guy that grabbed his arm is apparently some kind of physicist, which is great because I failed physics. Mostly because I was trying to draw monsters than actually pay attention. Mulder and Skinner meet with the man, but he acts like he doesn't know who they are. Don't play stupid, moron. They clearly have you on camera. Of course, there's always something sketchy going on because a couple guys take the doctor with them. If these guys want Skinner dead so bad, why don't they just shoot him right now? Mulder catches one of the guys, but unfortunately he has diplomatic immunity, which is such bullshit. Scully pays a little visit to the doctor that gave Skinner a clean bill of health, likely to prove just how incompetent the man is.
He had absolutely no symptoms of poisoning.
Are you sure these haven't been processed?
I'm not sure, but I doubt they've even been touched.
While by the look on Scully's face, I'm going to assume they look off? How does this man not notice the things she does? Anyways, Mulder's checking out the doc's place and finds a rather interesting photo. Is that the doctor and Senator Matheson? He's been in what, 2 episodes, and the last time we saw him was in season 3? Do you think maybe he has something to do with this? Meanwhile, Scully discovers something rather odd in Skinner's blood. They look like gears of some sort. Either that or she's playing a game of Minesweeper. Mulder speaks to the senator, but he's unwilling to help. All Mulder knows is Skinner is dying, and it has something to do with some funding bill called SR819 that Matheson was trying to push. A senator trying to fund something that would likely kill someone? Come on, X-Files. Way to be unrealistic. Wow, Skinner really is not looking hot. It must be nice to have diplomatic immunity and just go around shooting people. Even dying, Skinner isn't going out that easy, bud. The diplomat almost gets Skinner, but luckily he's got a guardian angel of sorts, because this was clearly intentional. Oh, I'm sorry, do cars not understand diplomatic immunity? Skinner's condition only seems to be worsening, so he's brought to the hospital where it looks like his arms are about to be amputated. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be so bad, Skinner. They can rebuild you. They have the technology. You'll be better, stronger, faster. Don't worry, before they amputate anything, Scully just barges in.
No, that's not gonna save him. It's his blood.
Who the hell is this woman?
She's a doctor.
Oh, we were so close. Just look at her face. She was just about to say it. Well, Scully managed to save his arms, for now at least. Anyways, Mulder's trashing Skinner's office looking for anything that might have to do with SR819. Look, I know Skinner's not doing so great, but I don't think that means you can open his mail. Alright, so there's some political stuff going on that, I'll be honest, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. But it seems there's some newfangled technology that might be responsible for what's going on with Skinner.
Hello?
Might as well give up.
Who is it?
Either it's the speak and spell again, or a prank call from Stephen Hawking. Huh, what's this random homeless man doing here with a tablet? Definitely not suspicious. Mulder chases down said homeless man, but something I've noticed with this episode, but for some of the action scenes, they're using the music from the X-Files movie. The homeless man, who's definitely not Krychek, calls up Senator Matheson to inform him the bill is in danger and that the Dr. Orgel, this guy right here, might be in need of his help. You know, I have a hard time believing Senator Matheson doesn't have someone driving for him. He's a politician. Don't they always have some lesser being cart them around? Anyways, the senator arrives at a power plant and finds the doc laid out on a table. Is this going to be like a Dexter thing? Looks like the doc is suffering from the same thing Skinner is. For being homeless, Krychek sure does have some interesting gadgets. Oh, I mean, it's definitely not Krychek. Scully tells Skinner that she wants to try an experimental procedure where they would basically cycle all of Skinner's blood, and the mere thought of it gives me the creeps. Skinner then goes on about how he should have been more of an ally for Mulder and Scully, and how this should be his fight. But if he recovers, do you think he'll actually go through with it? Or is this just something he's saying because he thinks he's dying?
I can't see his face. He has a beard.
Try.
He was at the gym.
Alright, so Krychek has been all over the place. From Skinner's perspective, I understand why he doesn't realize it's Krychek. He's currently dealing with something that has made him a little woozy. But did the producers on the show think that the fans wouldn't figure it out? Was Krychek's identity supposed to be secret this whole time, even to us? I feel like this is building up to a very obvious reveal. Mulder arrives at the power plant with his new terrible haircut, only to find the senator all alone. What happened to the doctor?
It's the same technology that SR819 will export.
Technology that the world believes is purely theoretical.
Nanotechnology.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! We all know nanotechnology doesn't kill people. It turns them into hulking robot monsters. Hilariously, Senator Matheson calls himself a victim. Meanwhile, the doctor is dead and Skinner looks to be on his way out too. But no, Mr. Senator, you're the real victim here. Okay, can we stop with the pulsating? It's really starting to gross me out. We're back at the beginning of the episode as Skinner is just left to die. Well, until he magically comes to. Does no one notice the random homeless man with the tablet? Well, Skinner seems to be doing a lot better now, though Mulder and Scully didn't really have anything to do with it.
Maybe you can identify this man.
No, I'm sorry.
Are you serious? You can't tell who that is? Anyways, Mulder's like, listen, even though you almost died, this was clearly all about me and the X-Files. So why don't you just let me look into a few things and we can figure this whole thing out? Remember when Skinner was on his deathbed and told Scully that he wished he was a better ally? Well, now he gets to prove himself by not approving Mulder's request and telling him he's to follow Kirsch's command. Skinner, that's the exact opposite thing of being a good ally.
What do you want from me? What's this about, Krychek? One good time.
Oh my god, I had no idea it was Krychek! This might be the most insane reveal in the history of television and film. SR819 is a fine Skinner-focused episode. My only question is, it's pretty obvious right at the end that Skinner knew it was Krychek. So why didn't he tell Mulder and Scully? I can only guess that maybe he's protecting them, because if he were to say something about Krychek, then Mulder would go on the warpath and likely get fired by Kirsch. Or maybe they all know who it is, but no one wants to say for some reason? The reintroduction of Senator Matheson and reveal that he's definitely part of all this is fine, but I'm really glad Darren McGavin turned down the role, because I would have hated to see him turn into a bad guy. Also, it feels sort of like when Section Chief Blevins was reintroduced, only to have him be the mole within the FBI. The plot itself I've always been a little confused on. They get into some political jargon that I'll admit I have no idea what the hell they're talking about. However, my understanding is this SR819 bill was going to give funding to the World Health Organization so they can ship this nanotechnology around the world under the guise of healthcare. I'm assuming it would basically be used as a weapon against, well, everyone, but I don't see how a bill failing to pass would stop that. If these guys want to kill you, they're gonna kill you. I mean, look how easy it was to infect Skinner. You're telling me they couldn't easily do this to the rest of the population? And I'm still a little confused as to what Krychek's role is in all this. Obviously, he has Skinner under his thumb now. Unless Skinner plays ball, he can just use the nanobots again to kill him. I think it's more just Krychek having someone in the FBI he can use for his own agenda. Overall, it's a fine episode, and I just enjoy me some Skinner. Walter Skinner's been around since Season 1's Tombs, when Mitch Pileggi showed up as Mulder and Scully's new FBI boss. From the start, he was the perfect counterbalance. Part skeptical boss and part guy who might actually save your butt when things go sideways. Fans love debating whether Skinner was truly on Mulder's side, just towing the bureau line or secretly in bed with the cigarette-smoking man. Oh dear God, I hope it's not the last one. But by Season 6, Skinner had a problem. He'd bailed Mulder and Scully out so many times that the writers felt he was losing his edge. As John Sheban put it, Skinner had basically become family, which is nice, but not very mysterious. Plus, Mulder and Scully weren't even in the X-Files anymore. They were stuck under Kirsch, which made Skinner look a little like the odd uncle at Thanksgiving who isn't invited to dinner. So basically me. That's where SR819 came in. Sheban originally wanted to do a story where Mulder gets poisoned, inspired by the old film noir DOA. Problem was, audiences knew Mulder wasn't going to die halfway through the season. That'd be like killing off Homer Simpson during March sweeps. That's not happening. So Frank Spotnitz threw out the idea, make it Skinner. And suddenly, the episode had real bite, because unlike Mulder, Skinner's fate wasn't exactly guaranteed. Now, I don't think the show ever seriously considered killing Skinner, but making him vulnerable opened the door to something better, a brand new connection to Krychek. Nicholas Lea wasn't even credited in the opening act, so his appearance would be a genuine, oh crap, it's that guy. With Krychek holding the remote control to Skinner's veins, suddenly Skinner had secrets. He was compromised, and that gave him back some of the mystery he'd lost. Although, it does sort of feel like when he sold his soul to the cigarette-smoking man to save Scully. Behind the scenes, the episode had its share of hiccups. A Skinner-Krychek fight scene was cut for budget reasons, and maybe also because Skinner would have beat his ass.
Relatively safe. We're not even yet born. That's a start.
But Mitch Pileggi did get a boxing scene, which worked out great since his dad was a pro fighter and Mitch himself boxed in college. No stunt double needed here, kids. That was really him in the ring throwing actual punches. He even admits he landed a couple good ones before taking his scripted dive. But watch out, Mitch, because I hear Jake Paul is looking for another fight. Props and effects also had their fun. Krychek's deadly palm device, just a tiny TV with some graphics piped in live by a guy off camera. The high-tech blood analyzer in Scully's lab, a real $12,000 piece of medical equipment that the crew immediately lost. They tore the Fox lot apart, only to discover months later that someone had borrowed it for the Lone Gunman set. Oops. And of course, composer Mark Snow went all out with the music. Tense, cinematic, and so good that it got him an Emmy nomination, although he did use a lot of the score from the movie. In the end, SR819 did more than nearly kill Skinner. It reinvented him. Tying him to Krychek gave Skinner shady new depth and made him a wild card in Mulder and Scully's world. Instead of being the reliable boss, he suddenly had dangerous secrets of his own, and that tension kept paying off for the rest of the season. Or does it? SR819 currently sits at 7.8 on IMDb. I like it, but it does feel sort of standard. And honestly, Skinner has never really had a banger of an episode, at least in my opinion, so I'm thinking maybe a 7? Up next, Scully investigates a photographer who might be immortal. Immortal you say? In the episode Tithonus. So what do you think of SR819? Let me know down in the comments. Anyways, that's all for today. I hope you're having a great start to Spooktember, and stay spooky!
Every second counts.
You think that I'm poisoned?
Could have been the slightest touch or a handshake.
When you have 24 hours to live.
What the hell did they put in, Skinner?
If I die now, I die in vain.
I will stop this! It's too late, Fox!
The X-Files, an all-new episode Sunday at 9, 8 Central on Fox.
A special thanks to these incredible fiends for supporting the channel. Your loyalty is more powerful than any ghost or ghoul. If you'd like to join their ranks, become a member, but beware, once you do, there's no turning back. Well, I guess unless you cancel.